Hey, what's up? It's Bon. Let's talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So, I'm one of the big dum-dums who still pre-orders games. With the pre-order of this game this year, you get early access to the single-player campaign. I've played a few of the beginning missions, and I just want to talk about it. So far, very pleased. It's very good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's what you expect. It's a Call of Duty game. I've always very much preferred the Modern Warfare games. I dabbled in the Black Ops games, then they got silly. I dabbled in the Future games, and they got silly. I have no interest in the old World War II games and stuff anymore. But Modern Warfare, back in 2019, that reboot, excellent. This game seems like it's heading the same direction. A big part of this one was like the gunplay. I know that they talked about wanting to make it so the bullets actually shot the direction that the barrel of your gun is facing. This is a feature you find in games like Escape from Tarkov, and I've noticed it. You can definitely tell that the gunplay feels different. And it's, if anything, it's more challenging because you just don't get the laser straight out of your eyes like you did in the old games. And that's been an interesting experience. I found the single player to be hard because it's really hard to identify your enemies. You're facing, at least in the beginning of the game, your adversaries are pretty well equipped and they look a lot like your own soldiers. So I definitely, if you, I'm gonna post some 4K footage this weekend, and you can see my play isn't stellar because I didn't know who was who. It was confusing. A few of the missions are definitely very different than the typical Call of Duty missions. Some of them aren't. There is a C-130 mission. It's super fun. I've very much enjoyed it. It's just a nice, solid game. It's probably not gonna blow anyone's mind, I assume. It's gonna play out like most of them do, with a lot of twists and intrigue and international affairs and all that. A big focus on this one is that it starts off internationally and then it ends up in Mexico, where it seems like it's gonna stay. It's kind of trying to show the relationship between the Mexican police and the military and their special forces, and that due to the cartels and how much power they have in the area, those relationships are very unique and interesting. I have already picked up on Call of Duty has a tendency to be, quote unquote, bootlicky, where they do tend to make a lot of these things seem very heroic, where realistically or in real life they may not be so much. They also kind of paint some things in ways that maybe aren't completely accurate. There is like in the last game, in the 2019 Call of Duty, they kind of played off of the Road of Hell or whatever it was, when Saddam Hussein's forces were retreating and the Americans just demolished them, which technically was fair game, but was seen with different opinions all around the world, and to this day, it's still kind of seen as a butchering of those troops. But everyone has their own take on that stuff. Despite all of that, I still find a lot of enjoyment from these Call of Duty campaigns. The 2019 was great. I really enjoyed. I guess it's like kind of like a reboot. And then this Modern Warfare 2 is a sequel to the reboot of another game that, it's kind of confusing, I'm going to be totally honest, especially because there was a game already released when I was in like college called Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. They're just going for it, and good for them. So I plan to definitely finish the campaign, maybe even play it again. Definitely play a little bit of multiplayer. I always kind of dip in and dip out. With the way that they do Warzone now, that kind of saps away, I think, a lot of the multiplayer. So as soon as that comes out, people are going to go there. I will check it out. I didn't like how Warzone, they incorporated weapons and stuff from other games, and it just felt really arcadey, and I wanted a little bit more of a realistic experience. This game will have a mode called DMZ, which everyone now is supposedly making an Escape from Tarkov ish, like extraction game, and this is another one. Supposedly DMZ will be along that line. Whether it really is or not, I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not super confident that it will be, but maybe it is. Maybe it will be, and I will be completely wrong. But I am excited to play that, and I'll touch some Warzone. We'll see. So if you are playing the single player campaign for Modern Warfare 2, down in the comments, let me know what you think. I am curious. And if you have any thoughts or anything like that, please comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, check out my Twitter at Bondiesel. You can find me as Bondiesel all over the place, including over on Twitch. And you can check out my weekly gaming news podcast called The Echo Cast, which is on all podcast platforms, and this very YouTube channel. That is all I have. So until next time.